At SmallmouthCrush, we got an exciting show for you. We're going to go back to the basics when it comes to catching smallmouth. And we're going to talk about, yeah, that's right, the Senko. Why wouldn't you, especially when you got a guy that's probably caught more fish on a Senko than anybody on this planet today, Roland Martin.
Incredible.
He's at the front deck. We got Epic Eric, and we're going to go catch some big smallmouth, show you how we do it. That's all coming up.
And everybody has like a different way today. And so you're probably going to show them another technique, and Eric, you're going to probably show them another way. So you know, we're just kind of, you know, we're kind of sharing information and just seeing how it all works, because, you know, the Senko, let's face it, it's a great lure from Connecticut to California. It's going to work here in New York, it's going to work in Florida, and so it's going to work all over. So anyway, hey folks, let's get started.
Let's do it. So we got a gorgeous day, gorgeous spring day. The water's warming up, these fish are moving shallow. And of course, a popular bait that people caught a lot of fish on is the Senko. And Roland, what size are you throwing right now?
Well,
how are you rigging
this is kind of my setup that I use so much in Florida. It's a 7-foot medium heavy action rod. It's my worm rod, and it's an 8-to-1 ratio reel. And I'm running 12-pound fluorocarbon on this one. And this happens to be my largemouth rig. This is a 4-aught EWG hook and a little 1/16 of an ounce weight, and that's the regular 5-inch 297 green pumpkin. And I tell everybody any color will work as long as it's a 297 green pumpkin. Okay, so that's kind of my number one go-to deal.
Sure.
And basically in Florida and here in New York, it's the same thing. I hold a high rod. And so I go for feel, and so I'm working it slow, and I'm watching that line. I'm a line watcher. I'm just easing it along real slow and easy. And just kind of pull it with the rod tip, let it sink, or watch that line. And no strike.
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
we will.
Anyway, that's the way I work it. And now with the smallmouth thing, I went one step different. I for the smallmouth now, I'm kind of doing a little bit different deal. That's the largemouth rig. For the smallmouth rig, I'm using a 7-foot medium heavy spinning rod, and I have a little 1/8 of an ounce little weight on, and that's a 4-inch Senko. It's just a 4-inch Senko and just a little bit of weight, and that's an exposed hook, and that is kind of the same thing. I'm running braid with a 10-pound leader. I'm running a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, and there I'm just throwing it kind of the same way. And again, I hold a high rod. I just believe in a high rod, and I kind of twitch it along a little bit, and just kind of twitch it along, reel up the slack, twitch it along, reel up the slack. There's one. I got one.
You got him.
It's a rock. but that's all right. You got one.
Well, Eric's got one.
Now I'm using a Senko too, and I jumped him off. I was Nico rigging.
All right, I'm gonna grab a rod, guys. We're gonna check back with you shortly. Oh yeah. Got him. Oh, jeez. That's a big one. Got him, he says.
Yeah, 5-inch Senko. That was my bass deal. Here's a nice 4 or 5 pounder.
Wow, that's a nice fish.
That's a good one.
There we go.
That's a good one.
Nice.
That's a good one. Good 4-pounder. That's the way to start. And you know, it's funny because this is my standard Senko rig that I use in Florida for my regular largemouth fishing. And it's here I am, you know, 1,000 miles or more away, catching big 4-pound smallmouth on the exact same rig that I could fish in Lake Okeechobee. You know, so it's a pretty universal bait from Connecticut to California. They're going to hit this green pumpkin. And one of the things that I want to just show you a little bit more about this deal. Now here's a little tip. Here, a really cool comprehensive tip on Senko fishing. They're soft plastic and they tear up easy. Okay, we know that. But you can also take the tail and clip off just a little bit, Okay, that's just a little bit, a small amount of tail. Okay, now this is that new thin surgical steel wire, EWG 4/0. That's a Gamakatsu, real strong hook. I come through the thing a little bit farther because I got a screw-in weight a little bit farther than normal. I want to just show you something. And I'm taking and twisting that thing and put it up on the shoulder. But here's the deal, I've put it on backwards. I put the worm on backwards, and now I get another whole fish or two out of a backwards worm. And I take this screw weight, and I'll screw this thing in. I'll screw it right in there. Doop, doop, doop. It's a 1/16 of an ounce weight. Kind of skin hook it right here. 12-pound fluorocarbon. I'm ready, son, for another good bass. But see, you can get more life out of your worm. You don't have to throw them away.
Yeah. Great tip. Top that, Eric.
I
and
don't.
Your Bass Lab knowledge.
Don't think I can. That's the kind of stuff we love.
What you got, son? Oh yeah. Travis has got a good one, son.
Wacky.
That was wacky rigging.
Wacky. Oh, that's
A 4-inch Senko. And what's cool about this is we just flip them in the boat.
That's a bass and a half.
That's a good
Look
one.
at that guy. That's
He
a
is
wacky
a
rig.
fat.
Hey, now explain what you're doing on that wacky rig. Travis.
Yeah, so it's real simple and easy.
That, by the way, that was a 4-pound bass.
That was.
good.
Yeah, sometimes we take that for granted. That was a good fish. But all I'm using a circle hook that's got a weed guard.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of times it's important to have a weed guard, especially around any grass, even rocks when you get down in that.
Okay.
And with that wacky rig Senko, the 4-inch seems to be perfect for this. This is just a 4/0 hook.
Okay.
And I'm throwing this on 12-pound fluorocarbon straight.
Okay.
And I'm just working it real slow over the rocks. And you know, whether or not that helps, I think it protects that hook a little bit. And when you pull it off of a boulder, because there's some boulders out here, once you pull it, when you feel that rock, there you go, huh? Oh, that was the worst Senko hook set I've ever seen. Was there one on it? Oh, it looked like it. So I just caught a good one just on a wacky rig Senko. Basically just throwing that out there. I'm using the size 4/0. It's the weedless Gamakatsu hook. I use this everywhere, whether I be on the Chesapeake Bay fishing grass or up here fishing for smallmouth. And went with the 4-inch Senko. Now a 5-inch is great. You're gonna actually have a little bit faster fall rate with a 5-inch. So if I did get a little bit deeper and wanted to get that worm down, I have no problem using a 5-inch for smallmouth. Heck, I've even caught smallmouth on the big 7-inch. And as I'm talking here, Epic Eric's hooked up, and you Nico rigged that.
Nico rigging.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
You gotta explain that Nico rig.
This
does.
Nico
Okay,
rig,
That's a good one.
That's a nice one. Another 4-pound bass. Or better.
He's fighting so. These are such strong fish here.
They truly are.
Unbelievable.
Oh, there we go.
Can I swing it? Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Perfect.
man, nice.
Perfect.
Thank you, man. What a jump! Did you see that?
Well,
So-
now explain that Nico.
So the Nico rig is basically it's a vertical presentation.
Okay.
And so let me explain. So we've got a 4-inch Senko,
Okay.
and we have a Z-Man shroom weight in the head. But you can go to the hardware store.
Wait.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse us while we have another Senko fish on.
Well, what happened? I quit reeling.
Dead stick.
I just dead sticking it, and the current's got my worm, and I'll get that regular. Okay. Now keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Okay. So we were talking about the nail weight in the head, and
Okay.
literally, you can go to the hardware store,
Okay.
buy yourself some nail weights,
Okay.
like a nail.
nail.
A finishing nail. Really, you're looking for about a 1/16 to 1/8 of an ounce, depending upon the depth. This is incredible, right? I mean, that counts as a triple.
Right.
Travis with the wacky, straight Nico, and Texas. Look at the size of that one. Nice. Oh, he's a thick one.
That's a big one.
Way to go. Wow.
That's what it's all about.
That's what we're talking about.
Big old 5-pound.
I just want to say it. Oh, son.
Oh, son. You can say it when you talk about these size fish.
Right. Anyway, you can use actual finishing nails for this.
Okay.
And it's so cheap because you go to the hardware store. So that's the tip of the day. The other tip of the day, you see this ring? Let me show it to both cameras. The ring around here is just 1/4-inch tubing from the hardware store that
Okay.
you can cut really thin.
Okay.
It's clear and it works perfectly
Okay.
on a Senko.
I never tried that.
Yes,
It's a clear ring. It's not an O-ring.
Yep. And
But
so
you could use O-ring.
you can use an O-ring as well. So this is just a cheaper way to do it for
Okay.
yourself. So that's a hack of the day. 2 hacks of the day. Hardware. And this is just a straight up wacky worm. I'm sorry, a wacky hook.
Okay.
And it's a 2/0. From Japan. Super sharp. Gotta love it, man.
Get back out there. Let's
Bass
catch
Lab,
some
let's
more
go.
fish.
Good. Hey, and that's saying something. Okay, while Eric was talking all about that, I quit reeling, and my 5-inch Senko was just laying on the bottom in the current. And after about 20 seconds, he's talking all about your Nico rig.
Yeah.
It just takes off. My
Unbelievable.
worm just took off. Like, what's happening here, son?
And you're still able to use that
Well,
for another fish.
Actually, this is the one that I hooked in backwards. It was the
Okay.
backwards hook rig. You know, I just showed you how to do it, and I hooked it again. Actually, what helps preserve it a little bit too is that screw-in weight kind of helps things sometimes.
Oh, jeez.
So again, I'm just gonna throw.
Nico.
What? This is rock bass.
Hold him
Come
right
here,
here. And watch this. If you get a 20 rotation, if you can flip him 20 times, he'll go crazy when he hits the water. Watch this, and the pike will get him. Watch it. Look at him. Look at him. See, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look, he's going crazy. And a lot of times he's spinning around down there, and a big pike will come, gee-ya, or a big mussel will come, gee-ya.
He got him dizzy. Have you ever seen a fish get dizzy?
I've never seen that in my life.
That's a dizzy. It's the only one that I found that does it.
Really?
That is a first for me.
Wow.
Rock bass spin.
Unbelievable.
Spin only works for the rock bass.
You saw it first here on Smallmouth Crush. I cannot believe that.
What you got, Travis?
He's running.
Oh,
Yeah!
big old giant bass, about 4 pounds. Woo, son.
Get that fish in the
good.
boat!
Not bad.
Now that's the wacky rig.
That is the wacky rig. And I tell you what, there's something special about setting the hook with a wacky rig. It's just fun. You know, I bet we catch him off that boat rig too. Got one?
Yeah.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I was trolling. Holy shit.
Did you guys catch
Don't
that?
Start recording. I was letting out line because I had kind of a bad line on here. Yeah.
Is there any wrong way to retrieve a Senko?
I guess not.
You know, Travis was running the boat, and I was just kind of straightening out my line, and sure enough, it's only a
That's awesome. Saw the hit Travis was reeling it in.
Little guy. Not bad, but another wacky rig.
wacky rig.
Wacky rig fish. Nice.
Metal cans.
Yeah, it actually runs along this whole bank, so
Oh, okay, got
we're
it.
just gonna go down it. He'll be sitting anywhere in there. Got him.
Big one?
Eric, you got him?
Oh, you got a good one. That's a good one. Hey, that's a good one. Hey, Eric. Hey, folks. Eric's got a good one.
Oh, you got him on the net.
head net.
Okay. You
So
got a
I
different deal.
switched up.
This is
Since
a
I caught the
different-
Nico fish, I thought we'd show him one more way to do it.
Okay.
Just how versatile the
okay.
Senko is.
Oh, look at the size of him. That's a nice one.
Spinning
Oh,
rod.
look at the
Oh,
size
look
of
at the
him.
size of that one.
That's the size of another.
That's a
Close
good
to
one.
5 pound
Beautiful,
fish.
beautiful
Close
fish.
to 5 pounds. Hey, Eric, show the rig now. You've changed rigs up.
I've changed up from
Okay.
the Nico to the Ned.
Okay. And just tell us about that rig.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get this fish back
Okay,
in the water.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I took a 4-inch Senko, green pumpkin.
Right.
You know the color. Number.
297.
297. And I bit it down
Okay, a little
right in front of the egg sac.
I got you.
Right in front of the egg sac. So literally this is like 3.5 inches,
I got
I'd
you.
say. And this is a 1/10 ounce shroom lock Z-Man head and chartreuse. 10-pound leader. Good to go.
Nice.
Travis, you called it. Again. Drop shot fish. Got him.
You got a drop shot? Hey. Eric's got a
Oh,
drop
boy.
shot fish on.
He feels good.
He will. Yeah.
You know how they
gotta
always feel
show
giant.
how you rigged it up.
I will.
That's the 4th or 5th
So
wave we've
strong.
done so.
Oh yeah.
That's
Beautiful markings on this fish. I was sitting down looking for a scrap of a Senko to throw, and all of a sudden, The old dead stick drop shot. Big old sow comes in. Can he do it? Whoa, boy, look at that, man. Another big one.
Show us how you had that thing rigged up.
I sure will. So Gamakatsu makes a saltwater fly tying hook.
Okay.
And it's the same model as the BS Stinger.
Okay.
And it's a great hook, man. It's just such a powerful hook for its size.
Yeah.
You know, look at the size of that hook. And the holding power on that drop shot hook is extraordinary. I went to an 1/8 ounce drop shot weight with about a 6-inch drop. Okay. So I'm presenting the Senko.
Now, did you have it rigged
right through the nose? I'm going to show. I'm going to let that fish go, and I'll show. I'll just grab a. Okay. And you can use. I was using old scraps of Senkos, guys. Okay. Okay. This is another way to reuse your baits. Literally, I took a piece of a Senko that was beat up, sitting on the bottom of the boat. I just clipped the nose off clean like this to give it a straight edge. Now it's about a 3-inch right here, and I'm going to take the hook and I'm going to put it just gently under the chin and come out straight through the nose.
Ned, on the Senko Ned, nice, pretty smallmouth.
Nice one, nice one.
There you go.
There you go. This Carolina rig, I made 2 or 3 casts with it, and I have a smallmouth, 3 or 4 pounds, and I'm just gonna. I haven't net, but it's a nice one.
That's awesome.
And beauty. It's not real big, but it's representative of what you can catch on a Carolina rig. But the whole thing about what we're doing today, we're showing a lot of different ways of catching fish on a Senko, and they're all working. Everything works.
They are, really.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, I'm just taking a, that happens to be a 4/0 EWG hook. I have about an 18-inch leader on a 12-pound line, and I'm just taking my little Senko, whatever that is.
We're using the 4-inch right there.
Oh yeah, 4-inch. Here's my 4-inch Senko, and I was just burying that hook right in the middle of the worm, just kind of making it just a hook right in the center, and that was the whole deal right here.
Beauty.
Okay, and I was out probably what, 4 feet of water.
4 or 5.
I'd say so, right? Pretty fish, man.
Look at that.
Pretty. Split shot rig. I stuck with it while everybody else was having so much fun. Travis is like, I've seen afternoons where the Ned just destroys them. Poop, poop, poop. He goes, listen, gotta do it for the show, man. I got him. I got him. I gotta get this fish in. He's a madman. Gonna boat flip this maniac on a finesse Nico hook. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, let's talk about this rig. Okay. Right in the roof of the mouth. It's a finesse Nico rig by VMC. Nico hook. It's like a 1/0. But anyway, let's get this fish back in the water. Right. Okay, this is a split shot rig fish. Many ways to do it. This is a Carolina keeper. I'll show you the package. I think it's in my pocket. Nope, I put it over there. No, I might have it in my pocket. I don't. I've got some tube pokes. But anyway, you squeeze this with a pair of pliers. You move it up about 12 to 18 inches above your line, and I just have an 1/8 ounce tungsten bullet weight.
Nice.
No bead. You could put a bead on it for a little clack action.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. And so you can adjust it on the fly. You squeeze it with the pliers if you want a shorter leader or a longer leader. And
you threw a 4-inch Senko on that?
I did. I threw it weedless. Weedless. Yep. So yeah, it's a super light wire hook, you know, but it held that fish fine. Yep.
But now you're allowed to throw whatever you want.
I'm gonna go with the tiny child rig. Okay, let's see what that's all about in a minute.
All right, Eric, you rigged the Senko another way.
The tiny child rig.
Nobody's ever heard of that. Roland hasn't even heard of that.
I hadn't even heard of
that. That's something foreign.
This is really just a reverse Nico.
A reverse Nico.
It's a reverse Nico rig. Let's see what we got going, and we'll explain it to the viewers out there. Come here, little tiny child rig fish. Oh boy, that's Travis's new boat. Don't do that. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Let's get this fish back in the water. Get this hook out. This little finesse Nico hook pins him. Okay, he's gone. All right, here we go. So what we got? Same thing. 1/0 finesse Nico VMC. It's got the little bit of fluorocarbon there, so you can rig it weedless. I'll pull this hook through. I have a Z-Man Shrooms weight in the tail, and then I just rig it weedless up top. That's your tiny child rig. This thing will come through log jams. I probably should have been fishing it earlier today as you were fishing the Ned to see if it could have kept up with the, you know, the strike to catch ratio.
Okay.
Just because, you know, there's so many snags up there, and I don't think I don't know. The action's a little bit different because it's presenting, well, this is all torn up, but you'll get the idea anyway. So it's kind of like that. So you've got your, you know, you're rigging it weedless up top.
Sure.
Weight in the tail. You got it, right? And you're fishing it the same way Neg. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Tiny child
Comes
rig.
through cover better.
Way better. Yep.
You haven't got to close yet.
No, not yet. I'm having too much fun. Well, there we go. Another Ned rig fish with the Senko. We learned a lot about how to fish a Senko in different ways here today. I mean, we got the master with us, so we might as well take advantage of that. Carolina rig, Texas rig,
Nico rig.
Nico, Ned. Crazy.
Drop shot.
Drop shot. You know, it.
Wacky. It's endless.
Wacky.
It's endless.
That's
It's
right.
endless.
And I'm doing
It
really
shows you the versatility of a Senko.
Yep.
It truly is probably one of the most, I mean, how many fish do you think have fallen Senko? Thousands.
Millions.
Hundreds, millions.
And here's the funny thing, Travis. When Gary Yamamoto first came up with the idea, he showed it to me about 25 years ago, and I said, Gary, that's ugly. It's just ugly, and you know, people are going to buy an ugly lure. It's just not going to work.
Right.
It might be a good lure as far as the fish go, but since it's so ugly, they're not going to buy it.
Buy it.
That's unbelievable.
Well,
There you have it.
Travis,
thank you.
hey, you showed us a couple good
Hey,
things.
we had fun.
We had a great time.
Eric, you know,
Thank you,
showed us a
Roland.
good
That
thing.
was outstanding.
And I'll tell you what, folks, when you catch big old 4-pound, 5-pound smallmouth, not every cast.
Right.
We did show you on 5 or 6 techniques
Yeah.
on how to fish a Senko, a lot of different ways to fish a Senko. So, folks, hey, the #1 lure in the world. We'll see you again soon, and thanks for watching.
Well, there you go. Caught some good fish today. We're going to keep fishing. We got a lot of different techniques and different ways of catching that we want to explore and have some fun. We still got plenty of daylight and the fish are biting. I just want to thank Roland for coming out here and fishing with us today.
Thank you, Travis.
Don't forget to follow his YouTube channel, Roland Martin Outdoors.
Yes.
Got some great stuff out there. And as always, guys, until next time, we'll see you on the water.